Yeah, let's be real. New Mexico is not so cheap anymore. But if you're looking for affordable places that actually make sense to live in, keep watching. Look, this isn't just some list. I'll cover what you need to know. The real cost of living, like current home prices and rent ranges, and the stuff you can't just search, like the actual vibe of a town, the good, the bad, and things that matter. Let's find you the most affordable spots in the entire state. Keep your expectations reasonable, starting with Artesia. Located between Roswell and Carlsbad in the southeast part of the state, it's a town that has seamlessly combined its economic pillars, oil refining, agriculture, and law enforcement training into a thriving, community-focused place. There really isn't much to do here. You have one Walmart and a few other stores. It's basically two main streets here, so it takes about 10 minutes to get anywhere. But you have to drive to either Carlsbad or Roswell for shopping or food. Even then, they are not big towns either. There's not much traffic in Artesia, and it's very easy to get from one end of the town to the other end. Elevation isn't too much of a problem. The weather is good, not burning in the summer, not much snow in the winter, perfect in spring. So how does a town with a median home price of $234,000, supported by a robust median household income of $78,000, land on a list of affordable places? While the overall cost of living is about 9% below the national average, the high wages from the oil industry create intense demand for limited housing. This pushes rental prices up, with a two-bedroom apartment often renting around $1,200, and makes it a challenging market for those not earning an energy sector salary. Well, the median household income is $78,000. In fact, due to demand from federal employees at the nearby training center, some furnished homes can be rented for several $1,000s a month. This is the main trade-off of Artesia. It offers high-income potential and affordability for some, but can feel expensive for others. Overall, it's a small town in the Pecos Valley, has a refinery on the eastern edge of town, and is surrounded by dairies on the other three sides. Coming in at number 9, we head to the state's northwest corner to Farmington. It offers a lifestyle built for rugged outdoor adventure, all while keeping expenses low. But it's conservative, religious, decent cost of living index of about 14% lower than the national average, and a respectable median household income of $64,000. Housing is more affordable than in other big metro areas, with a median home price of $270,000. Beyond the politics, it's definitely way more affordable than Santa Fe, which is awesome. And it's big enough that it has some good amenities. The town offers the convenience of most major big box retailers, so everyday needs are easily satisfied, though it isn't a hotspot for foodies or boutique shoppers. The dining scene leans heavily on national chains with a handful of local favorites. Still, a small college injects youthful energy, and events such as the Connie Mack World Series rally the community. The real upside to the place is its proximity to southern Colorado and its outdoor recreation. You can fish the world-class waters of the San Juan River or explore the otherworldly Beastie Badlands. And for a mountain getaway, southern Colorado is just a short drive away, with Durango's restaurants only 45 minutes out and the Purgatory Ski Resort reachable in under an hour and a half. Still, I would say unless there's a really, really good reason to move there, like a once-in-a-lifetime job offer, Farmington has very little to offer. For our number 8 spot, let's go to the heart of the Chihuahuan Desert to find the cheapest place to live in the entire state, Deming. Living cost is 21% below the national average and 12% lower than the state, with a median home price hovering around $227,000 in August 2025, and the median home income is $35,920. The average rent of a one-bedroom apartment is $715, but can reach up to $1,500 to $1,800 for bigger homes. It's a small little rundown town and pretty remote. Like most of New Mexico, there is also a lack of public services. There are some really good Mexican restaurants. You're an hour from Las Cruces and an hour and a half from El Paso. If you want to do any shopping that's not at Walmart, you'll need to make the trip. The city's economy is rooted in agriculture, particularly chile and onions, as well as transportation and its status as a port of entry near the Mexican border. The weather is classic high desert, hot, dry summers and mild, sunny winters with minimal snow. Its infrastructure is basic. But its slow pace, wide open spaces, and unbeatable affordability make it a haven for retirees and anyone seeking a quiet, unpretentious life away from the urban sprawl. It is famous for its annual Great American Duck Race and its proximity to Rockhound State Park, making it a rock hunter's paradise. Next one is a small city with some economic stability, Lovington. Nestled in the southeast of the state, it provides an interesting blend, a slice of the wealth generated by the oil-rich Permian Basin, while retaining a quieter, more conventional small-town vibe compared with its lively neighbor, Hobbs. This makes it appealing for those who want to work in the energy sector without the high-octane industrial hustle, with a solid median household income of $67,000 and a cost of living index about 10% lower than the national norm. The real estate market is particularly attractive, with a median home price of just $190,000. You can find classic mid-century ranch houses laid out on a grid, while newer builds, as well as larger ranch-style lots, are cropping up on the periphery. Overall, it's uncrowded, friendly, and progressive. Up next, we have a university town with unbeatable value, Portales. Set on the high plains, it's a lively college town vibe and a remarkably low cost of living of about 23% under the national norm, with housing more than 30% cheaper than the country average. Its claim to fame is affordability, and a median home price is $133,000 to $215,000. It's home to Eastern New Mexico University. The university supplies a steady employment base as well as cultural programming, setting the town apart from nearby locales, while the local economy also benefits from a robust agricultural sector, especially peanut and dairy farming. This creates a comfortable median household income of $53,000, with typical rents that usually range from $650 to $900. But there are compromises. The same agriculture that fuels the economy also generates a noticeable odor that residents often comment on. The town itself remains quiet, particularly in the summer months when the university is on break. For most shopping, dining, and entertainment, beyond what the campus offers, residents generally take a short drive to the neighboring city of Clovis. Despite some employment and water supply challenges, Portales offers an exceptionally affordable, community-focused lifestyle with 4 distinct seasons. It's politically very right-wing and religious. If that's your vibe, you'll find most churches warm, welcoming, and a place to build friendships. Breaking into our top 5 is New Mexico's second-largest city, Las Cruces, which proves that you don't have to live in a small town to find an affordable lifestyle. It lies about an hour from El Paso and is nestled in the fertile Mesilla Valley and framed by the dramatic Organ Mountains. The town enjoys a striking natural setting. It's not too big a city with a mix of families, college students, and retirees. Got great Mexican food, an awesome farmers market, good hiking and biking, and great weather most of the year. New Mexico State University brings youthful energy as well as a rich arts culture, visible in commissioned murals on nearly every wall. The city is in a development boom, yet retains an easy-to-navigate infrastructure, with light traffic outside rush hour and most places reachable within 15 minutes. And the median home price is roughly $290,000 to $350,000. It's still quite affordable for a growing urban area, with overall living costs about 10% lower than the national average. This is underpinned by a median household income near $54,000. Overall, Las Cruces goes under the radar in terms of southwestern cities people consider moving to. I think it has its perks, and you can very much live a good life. If you have a nice job lined up and can afford a nice neighborhood, it's an amazing place to live. Up next, we have desert beauty and scientific innovation, Alamogordo. Nestled in the striking Tularosa Basin, it's a friendly, small, and quiet military town situated in south-central New Mexico. And the close proximity to the Sacramento Mountains to the east, while the surreal white gypsum dunes of White Sands National Park stretch to the west, and tons of outdoor activities make it truly unique. It's also an extremely sleepy town compared to Albuquerque, but with a low cost of living, roughly 18% under the national norm. Median home values sit near $225,000 to $265,000, while the median household income hovers around $53,000 and a one-bedroom rental averages $1,050. Everything is tightly linked to Holloman Air Force Base, which supplies steady jobs as well as nurtures a grounded, patriotic atmosphere. The military presence adds structure and draws a varied population to the area. Life here offers a unique contrast. You can spend a scorching summer afternoon exploring white sands, and only half an hour later be breathing cool mountain air in the forested enclave of Cloudcroft. For additional entertainment, the resort town of Ruidoso is just an hour's drive away. Crime rates are generally low, but it comes with the compromises of small-town living. While locals cherish eateries such as Brown Bag Deli and Caliche's, overall shopping and dining choices are limited, often requiring trips to Las Cruces or El Paso, about 2 hours' drive. Up next is the high plains of eastern New Mexico near the Texas line, to a city with a surprising rock and roll pedigree, Clovis. It isn't really New Mexico, at least not for its adobe structures yet, as the birthplace of the Norman Petty Studios, where legends like Buddy Holly and Roy Orbison cut their classic tracks. It's closer to both Amarillo and Lubbock than Albuquerque. The cost of living is probably one of the lowest in the nation, about 12% below the national average, and the median home price hovers around $160,000 to $235,000. The local economy hinges on two primary anchors: Cannon Air Force Base, which injects a lively rotating population, and a farming sector led by massive dairy operations. This combination gets you a steady job market with a median household income near $55,000, comfortably matching typical rents that often stay under $1,200. While locals generally say it's very friendly and the elementary schools are considered adequate, life on the high plains brings a set of stark realities that you should weigh. The flat landscape offers little public land for recreation, and strong winds frequently carry dust and the unmistakable odor of cattle manure from nearby dairies. Summers are often too hot for outdoor activities, and winters that can be uncomfortably cold. Much of the area is considered rundown, including its roads, is in need of repair, and that the 3-hour drive to a major cultural hub like Santa Fe can feel isolating. People may believe it's a beautiful town with beautiful things, but it's full of broken people, substance abuse, and rich Texans who obviously keep the town alive. At number 2 is the heart of New Mexico's oil country, Hobbs, the state's undisputed energy capital. In the southeast corner of New Mexico, deep within the oil-rich Permian Basin, sits Hobbs, a town whose identity and economy are inseparably tied to the boom and bust rhythm of the oil and gas sector. It seems like a fine, medium-sized town. It's rural, and it's an agriculture-based community. It's very, very far from anything. Albuquerque is a 6-hour drive, and the nearest large cities lie in Texas, like Lubbock and Midland. The surroundings are a flat, arid desert peppered with oil rigs and fracking pads. The town itself provides all the necessary amenities. You'll find major retailers like Lowe's, Home Depot, and Walmart, along with 2 large grocery stores and newer shopping centers, Starbucks, and lots of smaller clothing stores, with new shopping centers being built. The cost of living runs about 10% below the national average. The median listing price hovers around $200,000 to $320,000, and the median household income is roughly $66,000. The average rent is $1,000 to $1,750. Most of the recent growth and newer developments are on the north side of town, which is where I would generally recommend looking for housing. The south and east sides tend to experience higher levels of crime. Life here is practical and car-centric, with essentially no public transportation, and gets pretty hot, but it's not humid. In short, Hobbs is a place for the pragmatic and hardworking, a spot to earn a solid paycheck, especially in the energy sector. It's just not a pretty place to live. Top of the list, we have an extraterrestrial fame, but beloved by locals for its down-to-earth prices, Roswell. Set in the Pecos Valley of southeastern New Mexico, famous worldwide 1947 UFO encounter, a story the town embraces wholeheartedly through alien-themed museums, festivals, and a distinctively offbeat local vibe. It's a weird town, not a small town when you consider how many people live here, but it still has a small town attitude, also very conservative. But it's very nice. Older homes and neighborhoods, there is not a lot of inventory. If you are thinking of buying a home, the median home price is only about $160,000 to $265,000, but you can expect rent in the range of $780 to $1,300 for a studio or 2 to 3 bedroom home. Living costs sit roughly 15% under the national average. This affordability is bolstered by a median household income near $50,000, its economy anchored in agriculture and manufacturing. The city's compact layout means most places are just down the road, as well as you can usually reach where you need to be in around 15 minutes. But you should be aware of a pronounced internal divide, which locals say roughly follows 2nd Street. The more affluent north side of town is newer, quieter, and home to wealthier businesses and major retailers like Walmart and Target. But the south of Hobbs Street is often described as neglected, with deteriorating infrastructure and a high crime, particularly south of Hobbs Street. As major stores have closed on the south side, leaving mostly dollar stores, it's quite the trek to hit Walmart or Target if you live on the south side. Beyond the extraterrestrial kitsch, Roswell boasts genuine cultural as well as historic sites. The Roswell Museum houses a superb exhibit on Robert Goddard, the father of modern rocketry. Again, I would recommend staying out of the south side of town. Trying to find something in northwest Roswell would be my recommendation. Roswell itself is the kind of place that you have to really value the little things to love living there. That's all, guys. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these places caught your eye? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If I was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more honest, in-depth guides to affordable living. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.